As ever, it remains amateur hour at Meghan Markle's brand as ever. In fact, it has gotten obviously worse since Netflix left. As Meghan Markle attempts to sort of try and get the brand to work, she's decided to add her own aesthetic.
Meghan Markle's brand crisis erupted all at once this week. A jam company reportedly holding 137,000 unsold jars, a rushed rebrand widely mocked online, a strange Mother's Day moment involving a giant foam Mickey Mouse glove, workplace allegations that allegedly left staff emotionally shaken, and renewed public debate around royal succession questions. Suddenly, every headline seemed to land at the same time, and pressure around Meghan's image felt harder than ever to control.
I think she's sort of starting to lose interest as the brand isn't doing well. I think she's kind of like, I don't want to take the time. I just want to get this out. I just want to get this sold. And I get it, but like she wants to apparently run a multi-million dollar, if not billion-dollar empire, and she ain't going to do it like this. So I think she's still freaked out after all the stock reveals in January. And I think those were true. And I think she's freaking out about it. And I think they've wasted a bunch of their money in her as ever stock and it's not moving. And again, there was a report from the New York Post that there's some sort of warehouse for Netflix, like a PR room, where it's just stacked with as ever goods and they're just basically giving it away to staff members who want it.
Online reactions intensified across platforms as discussions spread rapidly throughout the day. Worldwide attention grew. And to understand why this week turned into a disaster, you have to look at why the rebrand happened in the first place. About a year ago, Meghan introduced As Ever as a deeply personal passion project. She framed it as something authentic, inspired by her garden, kitchen, and love of hosting. The entire pitch was built around the idea this was not just another celebrity brand. It was meant to feel classy, warm, personal, and real. Public commentary also started intensifying as every detail from the rebrand was picked apart online. But then sales numbers started leaking online, and the picture looked very different. Reports claimed 137,000 boxes of fruit spread sitting in storage. The brand was allegedly moving only 26 units a day.
And then we had the Variety article today saying that Netflix has $10 million worth of As Ever product that they have to get rid of.
People are quitting Netflix and saying, here are my 2 weeks. And Netflix's parting gift is As Ever, like, take it, get it out of here.
Wow.
That is the parting gift when you say goodbye to Netflix. So they are overflowing with product, that the public doesn't want. We don't want a $64 candle that doesn't have a wick. Who wants fruit spread when you can go to the store and get jam for $2? It doesn't make sense. And Netflix themselves, some insiders have said it, As Ever as a whole, did not make sense to the Netflix ecosystem.
People started doing the math online and it looked brutal. At that pace, critics said it could take years to clear inventory, and products do not last forever. Preserves and baking kits are not luxury items. They expire. This led to growing skepticism across social platforms as users questioned the brand's long-term direction. The tea line reportedly struggled too. Hot toddy kits that sounded trendy in promo interviews failed to catch on with buyers. Baking mixes tied to Netflix partnership quietly disappeared after Netflix stepped away earlier this year, raising questions about leftover stock. Suddenly, the lifestyle empire narrative looked shaky. Growing skepticism shaped how audiences interpreted each new release moment. That is why people noticed the rebrand immediately. Because when a company changes direction after barely surviving a year, audiences do not see confidence. They see panic. Strong brands expand, launch ideas, and build momentum naturally. Instead, critics said Meghan focused more on glamorous photo shoots than business growth. No major expansion, no big launch, no new concept people were excited for.
A disaster of a brand, which is Meghan Markle, who's sort of officially admitting defeat. This is why we're getting the rebrand, guys, is the defeat. The brand is not going well. I don't think a year in you need to be rebranding unless your brand really sucks, and hers does. And like we sort of maybe knew something was coming because, of course, a sizing guide sort of was live on the website for a second. And As Ever has had a series of website blunders from the beginning. I've worked with people who have built websites, and there are functions that can absolutely let you have a website be live in terms that you can edit it and see how it looks to a consumer, but it's not live.
Just a different logo, polished pictures, and another website refresh. Online discussions expanded as users debated the strategy behind changes. And then came the promo video that got everyone talking. It dropped Monday afternoon across Instagram, As Ever account, and company homepage at the same time. Soft piano music played, lighting looked cinematic. Every frame screamed luxury branding. Campaign focused on 2 products, orange marmalade and raspberry preserve. Many viewers said visuals felt overly curated, sparking online debate. Fashion bloggers dissected the video instantly. Within 90 minutes, accounts identified nearly every outfit Meghan wore in the clip. Viewers realized nothing about this campaign was random. Every pose, angle, outfit choice looked carefully planned for maximum attention. This only amplified ongoing online scrutiny. Meghan Markle's opening scene showed her barefoot, sitting cross-legged on a kitchen counter, flipping through a book next to a tray of cookies. But viewers quickly picked up on something else too.
Meghan just dropped. I don't know how to do this. You're looking at that. I don't know how to. I'm doing this video because I have to, but I couldn't stop laughing doing this. But okay, I have to say this. I have to do this. Meghan dropped a new As Ever promo video on Monday afternoon, and the entire internet had the same reaction inside 9 minutes. The video is sold to the audience as a marmalade campaign or whatever she is selling. It's not marmalade, it's jam, right? Okay.
Reports claimed it was not even her real kitchen. Online chatter intensified immediately as people began questioning every visual detail in the frame. Then came another shot that blew up across social media. Meghan appeared in a floor-length ivory halter gown with an open back, later identified by fashion watchers as the Stella McCartney dress from her royal wedding reception. She paired it with an oversized cream blazer, holding a glass of champagne while promoting marmalade like it was a high-end fashion campaign instead of a food launch. Online reactions turned harsh fast as viewers debated the intent behind the styling. Then came the third look, and this is where social media really went wild. Meghan appeared in a deep red silk slip dress with a plunging neckline while pouring champagne in slow motion like she was filming a luxury fragrance ad instead of promoting fruit spread. Fashion magazines tried to frame it as part of the lingerie-inspired trend wave, but online reactions were much more critical. Reddit threads, X posts, tabloids, and blogs all started making the same comparison. The video felt more like an overly dramatic late-night movie scene than a food campaign.
So the fashion press classified the slip dress shot in its own copy as the lingerie-style trend. The internet by Monday evening had a different classification. The reel is selling jam, allegedly. The shot list is selling the woman pouring the jam. And the line that has been circulating across X, Reddit, and the British comment sections for 48 hours is the line of a commentator first floated about her 2 years ago.
But the moment that really made viewers stop came seconds later. Meghan leaned back dramatically, tilted her head, closed her eyes, and slowly moved her hands across herself while the camera lingered in slow motion, and people online immediately started asking the same question: what does any of this have to do with jam? Online debates spread rapidly across platforms as confusion grew. That became the core criticism of the campaign. The video was meant to sell food products, yet the focus rarely felt like the products themselves. Viewers noticed something else too. Meghan never actually eats the fruit spread in the ad. She lifts the jar, looks at it, holds it for the camera, but never takes a bite. She also does not drink the tea. The products feel more like props than something genuinely enjoyed. Viewers said the entire campaign felt cold and overly staged instead. Online reactions kept building as discussions spread across platforms. What made the backlash even stronger was that many people felt the posing did not look natural at all. The shots appeared heavily rehearsed, like someone trying too hard to build a luxury image that audiences were not connecting with. One viral comment summed it up bluntly. A viewer joked Meghan looked like someone wandering through a stranger's mansion pretending they own it.
But the audience, everyone, saw something else. The internet by Monday evening had landed on a single comparison the brand team did not approve in the kitchen meeting. A Saturday midnight Cinemax movie from the 1990s. I saw quite a few of those. A soft focus feel about jam, and a question the comments section has been turning over for 48 hours straight. In so many words, what is next on the As Ever website? The OnlyFans page?
The quote spread widely because it matched how disconnected many felt the video was. And the problems did not stop there. Once people opened the newly redesigned As Ever website, things somehow looked even more chaotic. The site had a dark, moody aesthetic that many said felt more like an autumn fashion catalog than a cheerful food brand. Heavy shadows, muted tones, oversized images, endless sections, it looked like a company trying hard to appear far bigger than it actually was. Online discussion intensified again as users questioned the branding direction. That became another major talking point. Critics pointed out that the website was structured like a massive lifestyle empire, even though the product range was still fairly small. The branding tried to project a high-end luxury company, but viewers kept noticing there were only a few actual items available. The presentation and reality did not seem to line up. Then came the mistake that pushed the internet straight into meme territory. One recipe on the homepage reportedly referred to the product as raspberry jam, but As Ever markets it as fruit spread, not jam.
But I thought we were hosting. Now showing the orange marmalade, and that's the end. That's the end of the video. It's just replaying. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, seriously. Oh my gosh. And now we have the website redo. And she's changed, you can't really see, but she's changed the icon. And so we have the video playing here. We got a good flash of side boob. I don't think we need to see your what you don't have, Megan.
People instantly mocked the confusion, pointing out the brand's own website seemed unclear about its identity. And if that was not enough, users spotted an even bigger issue on the homepage. In large text, the site reportedly displayed, "You're beautiful." Not, "You're beautiful." You're beautiful. Y-O-U-R. The typo was corrected quickly, but screenshots had already spread across the internet within hours. The error became symbolic of the entire launch. Critics were not just laughing at the grammar mistake itself. They argued it revealed something deeper, a rushed rollout, weak quality control, and a brand operation that did not feel fully structured behind the scenes. And once people noticed those cracks, they began spotting more everywhere. Now here is the detail that made people online completely side-eye the campaign. The bright, elegant kitchen Meghan appears in throughout the video and website. According to reports, it is not even her real kitchen. Her actual kitchen reportedly has a darker farmhouse style that does not match the soft luxury aesthetic, so another property was allegedly used for filming instead. And instantly, people pointed out the irony. A brand built on authenticity, warmth, and homemade living was reportedly filmed in a space that was not even her own. And viewers also noticed something else that felt off.
A raspberry jam? You're not selling jam, Meghan Markle. You sell spread. Why do you keep calling it jam? It's spread. You even say it right there. You can't call it jam when it's spread. Those are two different things. You sell food items. You don't even know what food items you sell. And this is, I'm sorry, but this is like, how many kids are going to eat a raspberry jam, wildflower, honey, yogurt parfait? Not that many.
For a brand centered around hosting, sharing food, and creating warm gatherings, there is not a single real social moment in the entire campaign. No dinner party, no friends laughing together, no family scenes around the table, nobody actually eating the food. Instead, it is Meghan alone in designer outfits, walking through empty rooms and staring dramatically at jars of fruit spread like it is a fashion shoot rather than a food brand. Online critics also went after the luxury contrast. People pointed out she was reportedly wearing outfits worth thousands of dollars while marketing preserves and tea at a time when many households are dealing with rising costs. One moment she is in a designer gown, the next she is carefully holding a jar that viewers said looked like something from a regular grocery shelf for a fraction of the price. That disconnect became a major discussion online. A lot of viewers felt the campaign completely missed the current mood. People are worried about bills, rent, groceries, and daily expenses. And then this highly polished luxury-style campaign appears promoting elevated fruit spread with cinematic slow motion and champagne pours. Critics said the brand did not just misread the moment, it felt completely out of touch with what everyday people are actually going through right now. Then Mother's Day arrived and another controversy exploded almost immediately. In the United States, Mother's Day fell on May 10th, and people quickly noticed something unexpected. Meghan, who has publicly described her mother Doria as her biggest support system in interviews over the years, did not initially post a public Mother's Day tribute to her.
There's no apostrophe. You are. You have YOUR, which is your thing, your item, whatever. That's how you use the language. Or you are going to the market. You're going to the market. You put an apostrophe there to highlight that you are actually combining two words, you and R, A-R-E.
And by the way, YOU''RE means you are. YOUR means you're.
You're beautiful, full stop.
Not on her personal social media, and not through the As Ever brand either. Instead, what appeared on the As Ever website that morning were 2 luxury candles reportedly linked to Archie and Lily's birthdays, both available for purchase right on Mother's Day itself. That immediately sparked criticism online, because many people felt the messaging leaned more toward promotion than family appreciation. And when the tribute to Doria finally appeared later, viewers noticed it was placed inside a Disneyland photo carousel that mostly focused on Archie's birthday content instead. But what really grabbed attention was the image that spread across media outlets. The photo showed Doria at Disneyland interacting with Mickey Mouse during a park greeting while the costumed character kissed her hand. That became the main image circulating everywhere as Meghan's Mother's Day acknowledgement, and reactions online were split. Some called it sweet, while others said it felt strangely distant given how central Doria has been to Meghan's public narrative for years. At the same time, another rumor began spreading through British media circles, adding even more speculation to the situation. Several outlets claim Doria may no longer be living full-time at the Montecito property.
But if you go to her kind of about section, let's see if we can find it here on this very convoluted, now horrifically designed website. She puts actually every day, using it, I think, in the same way, sort of as some people call it, like kind of like an adjective or something within the sentence. So she puts the word together here, yet separates it over there. One of the biggest, again, complaints I have, and this, guys, is something where I hope that if you are looking to start a business, looking to create something, or working, or maybe you're a young person kind of getting training to get out into the workforce, or maybe you're changing careers, being consistent really, really matters.
Reports suggested there could be disagreements behind the scenes involving parenting approaches and family dynamics, although none of these claims have been officially confirmed. Still, the rumors alone triggered major discussion because Meghan and Doria's relationship has always been publicly portrayed as extremely close and steady. That mother-daughter bond has long been a major part of Meghan's public image through interviews, documentaries, and appearances over the years. So when reports began hinting at possible tension, people quickly started questioning whether the reality behind the scenes might be more complicated than what has been shown publicly. And while all of that was unfolding online, another story quietly resurfaced again in Britain. Inside Buckingham Palace, there is reportedly still an internal bullying investigation tied to former staff complaints about working conditions linked to the Sussex household. And according to multiple reports, discussions around that situation are once again gaining attention. The accusations involving palace staff have never fully disappeared, and now they are being brought back into the spotlight. According to long circulating reports from royal circles, several former staff members who worked closely with Harry and Meghan allegedly described the work environment as emotionally draining and highly stressful. Some reportedly experienced mental health struggles during that period, and the accounts coming from behind palace walls painted a picture that felt very different from the compassionate public image Meghan has often presented in interviews and documentaries. What makes the situation even more uncertain is the fact that the full internal review will likely never be made public.
I think having a video is a little much, and it's very, again, self-involved. There are no other people. It's just Meghan. I don't think that's a particularly smart move to make, because what you want to do is basically bring people in and make people think other people besides Meghan. We know Meghan likes the brand because she made it. What about other people? And she's not even engaging in her own products, really. She looks at them. She sits and contemplates next to them, but she doesn't actually use them. She eats one raspberry and uses her bookmark.
Palace staff operate under strict confidentiality agreements tied to royal protocol, meaning many individuals involved cannot openly discuss what was allegedly recorded behind the scenes. Because of that, the public only ever sees fragments, leaks, and secondhand reports instead of the complete picture itself, and that has kept speculation alive for years. But one detail keeps being repeated by royal commentators. Nearly every advisor, communications expert, or senior staff member who reportedly tried to challenge decisions or raise concerns about public reaction eventually disappeared from the situation. Critics argue a pattern emerged where experienced professionals who pushed back were removed, ignored, or sidelined. And now online discussions are linking those older claims to the current issues surrounding the as-ever rollout. That is why some critics say the current brand struggles are bigger than just a failed launch or awkward marketing. They believe the same management style that allegedly pushed Palace insiders away is now reflected in public through rushed projects, mixed messaging, weak coordination, and headline-level mistakes. The typo, the unusual promo video, the luxury presentation during a financially strained period, people are now framing all of it as signs of a deeper structural issue. And while online rumors about Harry and Meghan's relationship continue circulating, the business challenges around as ever are becoming harder to ignore. The brand that was meant to support their independent future is now reportedly linked to around 137,000 unsold jars. And critics say the pressure surrounding the couple has never looked heavier. Got something to say about this? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get into it. If this breakdown made you see things differently, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Tap that like button and share this with someone who needs to hear it.